in terms of their shot quality.
Yeah, for Clara Towson, you have to give her the edge. She has one of the bigger serves on the tour. It's just so accurate to all locations. And the return of serve, Iga has returned very well at this year's Wimbledon, backed up a little bit to give herself time, and the forehand and the backhand, so reliable. The forehand is what we were looking for, because in years past, in fact, on this court last year, lost to Putintseva, who broke down the Swiatek forehand.
Clara Towson to serve.
Young man, right there is Swiatek, who began as a couple of years ago as Clara's boyfriend, and then he's a former junior player, okay junior player, but coaches. Joined the team late on last year. And then really took over coaching duties this season. And it's been brilliant, hasn't it? They've had enormous success. She's won the first title of the year down in Auckland.
Happy off the court, happy on the court. Carlos Alcaraz says the same thing. That's why he brings so much of his family, has a huge team. Big disparity in movement. Iga Swiatek, one of the best movers on the tour, and she's made it a point this year to travel to Mallorca before playing her first grass court tournament. She said to really work on her movement, feeling comfortable with the traction and recovering. Towson, it wouldn't be a bad idea for Swiatek to wrong foot her, move her around, make her move the maximum distance and test her mobility.
Yes! 15-14.
Any troubles on serve for the 22-year-old Dane. He's been broken 4 times in this tournament.
Yeah, that's the key right there. We saw first Swiatek has moved back a little on her return to give herself time against the hard serve. In fact, she has on grass. Towson went out wide, and then she went hard and fast to the forehand. Swiatek absorbs the pace better on the backhand.
Oh. Yay. Yes.
I can't slide on grass. Like, I don't have the ability.
She slid a couple of times.
I can't slide on grass.
I'm not sure what umpire Valievich considered that.
Yeah.
One game old.
You'll see a couple of slips from every player, every single match. Even though they have little pimples underneath the shoes now on the soles for traction.
Let for service.
It's one of the strangest interactions. What was the chair umpire supposed to do? It's definitely been sunny. It's not wet.
Love 15.
Just get a side of what Tracy was talking about, those pimples, right? So not only under the front of the toe, they're all the way under the shoe.
Even more comfortable up there, she would be that much more of a complete player because she can hit the big returns or big approaches.
She wants to. The goal was to become a multi-surface player.
She didn't do it much in her last couple of matches. Another double.
15-13.
In the net, so she's pulling everything down too fast with her upper body.
Won her first title, major title in Paris as a freewheeling teenager. Just blew away the draw that year. Drop a set, extraordinary.
Unseated.
What a way to announce herself.
Another double, all in the net.
15-14.
Keep her head up a little longer.
Just worth reiterating, only 5 double faults in 3 matches coming in here.
Only double faults in 2 games.
Only broken twice in the tournament so far. Very, very strange.
Towson threatening. She got a big return.
She's a huge big striker, and what an unsettling way for these two to start this match. With
Leads
3 consecutive breaks.
You gotta dip your chicken strips. Hey, this is Kiani.
And this is Tabitha.
And a little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips.
It's all the different sauces we can dip them in. I like to line up all my favorite sauces so that in every bite I have a different flavor. Then the tenderness of the chicken, the juiciness of it, it's all there.
For me, I like to mix my sauces so I get a little tang and I get a little sweetness all in one bite. That's just a recipe for a good time.
That's what makes it unique. That's what does it unique.
That's what I'm saying.
Real fast pay for their testimonials.
She's before coming in here, she lost in qualifying once, so she played 3 majors. She lost early in the juniors. In her mind, she said she wasn't really comfortable on the grass. She didn't like the bounce, didn't really enjoy the whole grass thing.
Time.
Somewhat of a surprise for her that she's done so well this week.
I think it was important for her to have some wins. Got to the quarters of Nottingham this year before losing to Lynette. Second round of Bad Homburg, lost to Andreeva. At least there's a few wins. The surface really confuses so many players. Such a short season.
Take a seat quickly, please. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the players. Thank you.
On the right, King Frederick. of Denmark, who is a very keen tennis player himself. He used to actually play at Clara's old club, HIK. All his 4 children play. Often seen watching Caroline Wozniacki over the years and Holger.
30 loud.
He's a very big tennis fan.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And it's
Jackie, the
extraordinary.
former world number
Yeah.
1, but she never got to pass the 4th round here. She got to the 4th round a number of times.
$40.
She would be the first Danish woman to get to the quarterfinals. She could beat Iga today.
Yes, she has a very different sort of fan base to Caroline Wozniacki back in Denmark. Well, Caroline was a superstar. Clara has always had this sort of warmest relationship with the media.
Game 1000.
And the young dame is the first to hold.
1000 leads 3-1 first set.
Really kind of a, I'm not call it sloppy, but it doesn't seem like they're that comfortable. That was a good service game for Towson. Iga just hasn't found her groove yet.
$15 love.
Yes!
Golden win for sets. So working with Iga. I think joined her in the pre-season. It's been quite a difficult year.
Yes!
I just expect so much from Iga. You're exactly right, Sam. I mean, so many players would sign up for her results, but we're just used to seeing Iga win 5, 6 tournaments a year. She hasn't won a title since Roland Garros last year.
Yes!
40 love.
Yes!
Iga, the service game.
Answers hold with one of her own.
1000 leads 3-2 first set.
Can't believe these are on sale!
And some of the women to Grand Slam titles. But I like one thing, what they really talk about, and I talked to Wim about this a couple of days ago, was that they're really looking long term. He said he is excited about finishing out her game, more completing her game with more forays to the net, better volleys, transition. So it's long term. She's still so young. She's 24. It seems to be working as far as enjoying working with each other.
15 love.
Clara is a very understated player who comes from great sporting heritage. Her father, Cern, was an international ice hockey player. Her uncle was a very good tennis player.
As soon in the point as possible, Swiatek is going to try to get Towson on the move. Towson, first, is so lethal when she has her feet underneath her, and also she'll still go pretty big when she's on the move and might produce some mistakes.
Yes!
15 30.
Now her turn to get into the act. Clara's great-great-grandfather competed at the Olympics of 1912 in Stockholm in the shooting. And Mum, Tina, you saw there, was an elite handball player. She's oozing sporting DNA.
Yes!
Yeah, all different sports. It doesn't just seem to matter what sport they play.
And it was Uncle Michael who got her involved in tennis at the age of 6. Quickly became one of the best juniors in the world. And chance for Swiatek to stabilise here.
Yes!
Where she just rotated out to the left too quickly. She's obviously trying to hit to the Swiatek forehand, and she overcooked it. That is the tactic that people have employed to beat Iga on grass.
Yes! Yes!
He came in here with a semi-final run. Roland Garros wasn't able to defend her title, beaten by Sabalenka in 3 sets. Lost the side of 6-love. That was a little strange. But bounced back for the final in Bad Homburg in Germany. Beat Paolini in the semis.
Easily. Very last games. That was a big, big win.
Yep. Before being beaten by Jessica Pegula, who said rather ironically, because she went out, well, one of the early big names to go out, the first thing you do is win a tournament before you come into Wimbledon.
Yes!
Very quickly up to that short ball, and a lot of players are going to hit the slice short ball. With the forehand of Swiatek, because she has such an extreme grip.
It's as if she,
movement.
sorry, Tracy Torres-Control, it's as if she's ready to learn a whole new skill set to add to, you know, the armoury that she has already.
So different skills from winning 4 times at Roland Garros, where the ball jumps up. It's more at shoulder height rather than knee height.
40-15.
Out of spin on this second serve. No problem for Towson. She finds a line. Not much holding back.
Yes!
Stabilising here after 4 breaks. We are back on serve
It's 4
in the
games to
second
3
set.
per set.
Through the court, stays pretty low on grass, and with a big take back on the forehand, she just needs that time.
I think she's also done it as well a little earlier in the year on the clay as well. And Wim has been trying to convince her to move back, and it's taken time for her to believe him.
She said that was the difference. He said that was the difference in her coming back from beating Rybakina when she was down a set in 2-love. And he said, move back, move back. She finally did, and that changed the tempo of the match. Copious notes from Wim Cassette.
For a country of little more than 6 million, I have to say, Denmark does punch above its weight in terms of sports stars. And if you think that Olga Holgren, a Danish player that came out of the American college system, had an unexpected run to the third round.
As a qualifier.
Yep. They're world champions in handball. They love their handball there. They have some of the best badminton players in the world. And Victor Akselsen, who's very close to Holger Rune. We've got Tour de France winners.
I know that Towson spent a lot of time at Justine Henin Academy, about 3 years there. 2019 to 2022, and she said Justine was there about almost every day.
Justine, who's surprised that he did not ever win the title here. Finalist.
To Bartoli, right? Bartoli? Who did she lose to?
Venus in the final, and she lost to Bartley. And that year Bartley won in the semi-finals. That was the big upset. Clara knows how to beat top 10 players. 3 wins in her career. Only ever beaten a top 10 at a slam, and that was 3 years ago at the Australian Open. Beat the Estonian, Annette Kontaveit. When it's good, it's excellent. And what a different service game she produced there to the last one.
4 games all per set.
Towson got to the finals of Dubai this year. It was a really incredible run, beating Svitolina Sabalenka in the third round. Noskova just lost yesterday here, and then Muhova in the semis before eventually losing to Anna Samova. What a run. That helped her ranking, helped her confidence.
get the sense they're both starting to hit their stride now.
Yes!
That's a shot that is so much better than it was against McNally in the second round. It just looks so controlled. Just enough spin.
Yes!
Fastest serve of the day, 116.
Just a few clips slower than her fastest of the tournament.
Oh. 40-15.
This little breezy. It's been breezy all day, but it seems like the two stadiums, center and one, even though the roof isn't closed, it does contain some of the wind.
Yes!
What I have covered with Country Financial is everything from the ground up.
Life insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance. Our experience with Country has always been stress-free. They go above and beyond to help their clients.
Fired up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon. Only in theaters.
It's very intimate, very close to the fans. I actually played on this one as well. And I think they did a fabulous job of making this such an important court, but again, it feels pretty intimate for the players.
Time.
And of course, when they excavated to create this court, they really by accident created a huge mound, and that became Hemon Hill.
I thought you were going to say Murray Mound. Or Mound. No, never be changed.
It was unplanned. It just
Worked out beautifully.
Just put all the mud and everything to one side, and it's like, okay.
That works out. Nifty shot that she employed to bother Rybakina, get her out of her rhythm.
Oh, both times the chance has been broken in this opening set. She has lost the first point behind her serve. What a beautiful ball strike.
15 all.
Certainly breezy, isn't it? The wind direction has changed this week. Last week it was a sort of southwesterly, so it was a lot warmer, and that's where the chills come, because it's a northwesterly for most of this week. It just feels a little cooler.
So hot the first 2 days.
You brought your light jacket with you today.
Great tactics and using the serve out wide.
30-15.
Opens up the court. And the huge backhand. She can choose forehand or backhand. Chooses the backhand there.
She said actually it's something that Casper has really helped her with since then. And I think that run in Dubai really important for them because early success for the team.
Really moving so well on the grass.
And Tracy, something that you mentioned, that training week in Mallorca on good quality grass. It might seem a bit strange to say that Spain has good grass courts, but it does. It just seems to have been the perfect run-in, doesn't it? And the tournament in Berlin coming into Wimbledon.
Both attacking each other's returns.
30-14.
Well, it was a set that started with 3 consecutive breaks, but it's a 5-time major champion who's stabilised here and has a chance to wrap up this opening set.
The Towson backhand. Right. Excellent take back, great shoulder turn, and then just uncoils with freedom. Loose arms to produce the pace. Really nice step with weight transfer forward.
Swiatek.
One to panic as when maybe a few too many loose ones from the racket of the young Dane. Second opportunity here for Swiatek. The Exceed takes the opening set by 6 games to 4.
The trick case.
Chicken is again. Gary, can you do something?
I'll be right back. Hey, excuse me, do you think you could... Okay.
Can't be the bride wedding, chicken dance wedding.
You still down for burgers after? I'm kind of feeling chicken.
What I have covered with Country Financial is everything from the ground up.
Life insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance. Our experience with Country has always been stress-free. They go above and beyond to help their clients.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lager, cold filter, cold package. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Stalled a few times, as you mentioned, with injuries. She was the best player junior in the world. Won the Australian girls title. And then burst onto the tour. She was top 50 in the seniors at 18. And then, as you mentioned, the back, the knee. I think got a little lost sometimes. She was living in Monaco on her own, in an apartment, and now she's back home, much happier, paying a few more taxes. Tax is pretty high in Denmark, but I think also being away at a young age at a very good academy, the Anna Academy. But you're not home, are you?
No. Seems like she's refound that foundation. After getting into the top 40, she won only 3 matches in the next 10 months, and so it was a very difficult time for her. And she felt like she lost about 2 or 3 years. She said it did gain her perspective, and she's really enjoying her time now. And you mentioned it earlier, Sam. She's going to go into the top 20 with this result, win or lose. That's a big deal.
First time she's ever won the main draw matches here at the championships. And actually, I was hearing something that Casper, the boyfriend and coach, said. I think it was nice that he was boyfriend first and then coach. And he wasn't sure
is now
at
receiving a
first.
medical timeout.
We have a few minutes to check. He wasn't sure at first. He's 26. He was coaching at a club in Denmark where she was out on the tour. And he said a lot of people didn't think it was a good idea. But he said he actually felt that, he could help her. And so far, keeping the balance. She does have a little bit of a go at him sometimes on the court, but they're working on that. But they're seeing, the two young people are seeing the world together.
Absolutely.
Once she finishes the tennis, they go do some sightseeing, and it seems to be working. So he's getting the best out of her.
Well, if he was a player himself, he can be coach and hitting partner.
I'm feeling he might want a few tennis balls.
Yeah, so these are tennis balls. Iga has done this a couple of times at Wimbledon, but you'll have to use in every match that you play. So these are practice balls, not the match balls.
Time.
Didn't be easy.
They're the same match balls. That's unusual.
Second set.
They might be.
Swiatek to serve.
It's usually not the same wear. Casper seems very calm. It's good. Fire and ice there.
Yes! Yes!
This one at Championships, she went to a couple of years ago. Lost in the quarterfinal stage to Helena Svitolina in 3 sets.
Yes!
That's nice.
First game, second set.
This is grass court, Iga.
Yes. Don't usually see these kind of secondary skills. It's really promising. So the return quality from Swiatek, speed, spin, depth, and width for this match, 8.6. Previous round, 7.8. And the draw average, 7. So she's phenomenal returning. One of the better servers in the game. Towson has the most aces this year at Wimbledon coming in, 27. He is seeing the ball nicely. First things first for Towson, get that first service percentage up from 54%.
Gorgeous.
Yes!
Just tremendous point construction. Patient, not overhitting, the right amount of spin, whether it's top spin or slice.
Wow, thank you. Sure, love that all these soft skills.
She had to change the grip on that slice. All the scrambling from Swiatek makes an opponent want to press.
Clara, such an easy ball striker. Her development coach was Lars Christensen, the man who coached Holger Rune. They both were at the same club. There was a very good junior program at HIK just outside of Copenhagen. And that is an important hold.
It's really interesting, Sam, because there's so many coaches that get credit
when
they're brought on board after somebody's a very accomplished professional. But there's so few coaches that have done a great job of coaching multiple great players from the developmental stage. Coach, the technique is so important.
And actually, Lars, when he had that break from Holger, when coached Clara for about a year on tour, and then Casper took over and Lars went back to Holger.
Leaves a little off balance on that forehand.
Doesn't love grass, does she? She's still not sure about it.
think her game would be good on it with the big serve. She's got a good return. She's got a nice backhand slice. She has to convince herself. Or Casper does.
13.
Yes!
Swiatek's the same way. She doesn't always. It takes her a while to trust her movement, and everyone gets kind of bamboozled by the fact that she won the girls' tournament here. But she was twice as big and strong as everybody else in that draw. I watched her win it.
So it's just about her strength. Just overpowered everybody.
That's nice. Yes, I remember it going
Yes!
in the quarterfinals. They're almost the same. A year or two older. I mean, Emma was just half the size of her.
Just kind of dismissed her
Yeah.
with power.
She just blew everyone off court. She was so upset not winning the French Open girls that she came in here like a tornado.
Lost to McNally in the semis.
After having match points, she was really, really... I watched that match. She was not happy.
Yes!
Trying to cruise now here out on court one.
Second set, and by 1 set alone.
What I have covered with Country Financial is everything from the ground up.
Life insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance. Our experience with Country has always been stress-free. They go above and beyond to help their clients.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters.
Horticulture in-house. And that really changed everything. So Neil Stubley is head of the grounds, but he's also head of horticulture.
All the flowers are always gorgeous. The hydrangeas, but the living garden.
There's the living wall, which
Living wall?
is
Outside this court.
yeah, full of insects and little things crawling around. It's evolved into an extraordinary haven of tennis and wildlife and biodiversity.
Last 15.
You'll see players hit hard and deep on the return. And Swiatek has done an excellent job of hitting to the sidelines immediately to get Towson on the move.
Yes!
So alert to what the short balls.
She's also not trying to hit the ball a billion miles an hour as well. Sometimes she comes on in a sort of it is like it's just torrid, isn't it? The pace that she keeps up.
Well, the first set against McNally, that's what it was like. The tornado, balls everywhere.
She's been ruthless so far with her opportunities.
Oh.
Before we know it, Tracy should be serving and volleying out here. Close, but not quite. Still a break point in this game. She has been pushed around occasionally by Towson.
He missed his second serve return on love 40 points. She must be furious with herself.
Thank you.
I think she's still stewing on that.
Mm-hmm.
Wants to keep the momentum here.
Skills of Swiatek. Not only to get that, but to hit that lob deep enough that Towson couldn't smash that away. That's what you call a steal. She was so far behind in this point. Little flick of the wrist to get it deep on the lob.
She's got a whole new repertoire for this year's championships. Setting a break now for Swiatek, and she drive it home. She's in good order. She's won 7 of the last 9 games.
Love 15.
She's been perfect at the net as at the pole. 8 from 8 sorties coming into this match. She was about a little over 50% in her success rate, so certainly an uptick out here this evening.
14.
Yes!
I'll tell you what, this is going to send a message to the rest of the players left in the draw. This is looking very clinical. Slow start. She was down 3-1.
Game.
Yes!
Extends her lead in the second set.
4-1 second set. England 1 set love.
Get big deals driven to your door with Target Circle 360. And get $50 off your first same-day delivery when you join.
What I have covered with Country Financial is everything from the ground up.
Life insurance, home insurance, and auto insurance. Our experience with Country has always been stress-free. They go above and beyond to help their clients.
It means hitting harder.
Right.
And that's the default setting. That's something that Wim has tried to almost sort of, break that automatic link. She thinks trying harder means hitting harder.
Right. And
you say
smaller targets.
It doesn't.
Yeah, you can still be intense, but choose the right shots and the right tempo, because sometimes she gets almost reckless. And also sometimes the intensity can tip over into anxiety. So she's finding the right tempo with her shots, but also the right temperament. Nice balance for both.
Light. Second service.
Yes!
Thompson trying the change up on the first serve. He was 83 miles an hour, and it didn't flummox Swiatek. She is just so in form.
Well, she's moving rapidly, but she's not rushing, is she? She's not frantic. Everything's under control.
It's a calm intensity.
You always find the right words. That would have been showing off, but now you have. First point she's lost at the net.
15-13.
9 for 10 now, but I'm liking the backhand slice. We rarely see that from Swiatek, and it's a knifing slice that stays low.
I don't know what they do in New York, but I have to say,
Please would go there.
I think we could improve our slice backhands if we headed down to the island.
Yes!
It's the third match I've done for Swiatek at this year's championships, and she has gotten better with each match. Danielle Collins clinical, straight set fashion in the third round. I think that was the match that really kind of turned it, locked her in.
Wow, is she peaking? That's exactly the right time.
Sammy mentioned that she was down 3-1, so she's lost 2 games since then, where she started out with a couple of double faults. It looked kind of like she had been waiting too long, maybe a few extra nerves, and then she just flipped the switch.
Bam! There's such a great opportunity at this year's Wimbledon to me, the big names going out. After the fourth round, 2 players will complete the quarter-final lineup. And never before in the history of the women's singles have we not had a former finalist in the last 16. She is
She is in the zone. There are those days where everything just seems easy. The movement isn't there. But she's always said she wants to. What does she say? I want to talk to the ball. What does she say?
She wants the ball to be listening to her.
Yeah, it's listening today.
I have to say it's got like extra ears on today.
Yes, we won! Oh, not yet, not yet, not yet.
There's so little experience of going deep at Wimbledon from the remaining players in this draw. Could it be a special, special week for Swiatek? She's got match point.
Oh yeah, yes, we're going